Come with me as I take you on a journey. Once upon a time, among the snow-capped peaks and chilling, biting winds of the Himalayan mountains, a little boy became a monk's apprentice. He worked, observed, and studied with the monk so closely that eventually the two became absolutely inseparable. And every day, the boy asked the monk his most pressing question: "What is the secret to your peace?" But the monk always gave him the same reply: "When I walk, I walk." Understandably, the monk was such a confused person, and the boy was really confused by his answer. And honestly, when I first heard this story, so was I. Because when I walk, I don't just walk. I check my texts, I listen to music, I think about where I'm headed and what dining hall I'm going to eat at next. But the monk, when he walks, and he only walks. It's the secret that unlocks his door to constant peace. Now, we've all heard the basic warnings. Don't waste time. Time is money. Time is precious. Time is always talked about as something which we have to fear. It's our personal planner, our toughest competitor, but most often, our very worst enemy. But really, what is time? Is it just something that's measured endlessly by things like clocks and computers? Are we always bound by the perpetual ticking of the second hand? According to theoretical physicist Carlo Rovelli, this is not the case. He believes that our perception of time's flow depends entirely on our inability to see the world in all of its detail. In other words, time passes slowly or quickly based on our awareness of details, or our consciousness. If I ask any one of you in the audience today, I can guarantee that you won't be able to provide me a month-by-month play of your last year. Instead, you remember our past by the memories that impact the very most. The day you broke your arm, got engaged, or experienced the death of a loved one. But in today's chaotic world, minutes pass by so quickly that they seamlessly blend into months. So truly, what are our most defining moments? What events shape us into who we truly are? The simplest, yet most underestimated tool that I can think of to dramatically increase my time is meditation. My family has been practicing a form of meditation called heartfulness for many years now, even before I was born. It's their diligent practice that has demonstrated to me its benefits. Many of you might have heard of mindfulness. It's a technique that focuses specifically on one thing. Heartfulness has a complementary approach. It allows us to sweep away all our thoughts and focus solely on our hearts. It allows us to derive inspiration from our hearts while regulating the mind. 2 years ago, I had the privilege of attending a national heartfulness meditation conference, where I got to help scientists and researchers quantify meditation's benefits through the measurement of brain waves. And participants were asked to briefly meditate while their brain waves were being tracked by a system of electrodes. And they all said that they felt more relaxed or calm or aware of their surroundings, but the real proof, as they say, is in the pudding. We dealt with 5 major brain waves here: alpha, beta, gamma, delta, and theta waves. Gamma and beta waves are high frequency. They're at play when you're awake, alert, and thinking about a lot of things at once. And delta waves are common when we're sleeping. But when people meditated, however, we noticed none of these three, but instead alpha and beta waves. These waves signify a deep state of relaxation, or in other words, total calmness. These brain waves are the exact reason why meditation can help us slow down time. They're also the reason behind why meditation can help those with stress, ADHD, anxiety, and mental illnesses, just to name a few things. But meditation, to me, is not just a prescription for problems. Before I set out for college, my mom once told me that I should never take even 1 second of these 4 years for granted, because never again will I be surrounded so closely, 24/7, by people just like me. All thinkers, dreamers, and doers. All of us are trying to prove ourselves to the world and scribble our signatures on it. But needless to say, her advice has been the hardest for me to follow. Because of all the skills that I can possibly fit on my resume, time management really doesn't top the list. But for me, meditation has improved that little by little each day. It's helped me through the stress of moving 7 hours away to a city where I knew no one for college. It's helped me improve my ability to focus on one task before dramatically leaping towards the next. And having a meditation each morning has allowed me to start my day on a more positive note, regardless of whatever happened the night before. But what about creating an even bigger impact? Earlier this year, I attended a networking session for the Terry College of Business, where I noticed that all the presenters harped on their work-life balance and their wellness initiatives. And I actually ended up talking to a recruiter for a while about the importance of meditation and how it could be possibly brought to the workplace. The thing is, it's been done before and very successfully. Companies are reaping its benefits today. Companies like Apple, Google, and Nike have all implemented meditation into their core employee programs. And research has actually shown that it can increase productivity gains by $3,000 per year per employee. So it's safe to say they haven't regretted it since. And a little more personal to me, my dad is a heartfulness meditation trainer and works for a huge company called Express Scripts. And last year, I helped him plan a program in his workplace that's very similar. Once a month, employees get together and participate in a 10-minute meditation session that's been proven to increase efficiency and decrease stress. And looking back, it's crazy to me to think that my parents' simple practices could be implemented in a multi-million-dollar company, but what's even crazier to me is that the whole thing started with just one idea. And ironically, the most common excuse that people dig up to not meditate is, I don't have the time. And I can tell you that in today's world, all the information that we could ever want or need is simple touch of a button away. So this is not an excuse. You don't need to find a monk in the Himalayas like a little boy. All you need is an open mind and a couple of minutes to spare. The Heartfulness Institute actually has an app that allows you to participate in any kind of 10-minute session of meditation that you want. It's been used in the most impossible situations, by me and a lot of my friends and family as well. In the car, in airports, on flights, before exams. I definitely used it before this talk to come speak because I was so nervous. And especially as college students, those 10 minutes that we take to simply shut off the world, shut off our minds, and focus on ourselves and our hearts can amplify our perception of time by 1,000-fold. We will never again get the chance to live each moment twice, so the first time around, let's take each second for every moment that it's worth, to explore our consciousness, to develop the realms of our potential and our creativity, but most importantly, to develop the best versions of ourselves. As someone who aims to work in a corporate setting someday in the future, my goal is to bring meditation to the mainstream. And my hope is that through this, people can expand their time by noticing more of life's most intricate details. That catchy song that someone played in the car, or beautiful colors of the flowers on your patio. In ancient times where we didn't record every memory on Snapchat, these were the only standout details that made memories actually measure time. And just in case you were wondering, in the end, the little boy in the Himalayas finally understood what the monk meant when he said, "When I walk, I walk." The boy realized that when he walked, he picked up rocks, he made jokes, and he hummed to himself. All such simple, harmless things, but all things that made the walk go by just a little bit quicker. So I can assure you, once we choose that we only want to walk while we walk, or be completely aware of our surroundings, time no longer exists as this menacing, far-off limit. Instead, it becomes our closest companion and our dearest, oldest friend.